Hi guys, welcome back. My name's Eman. So for today's Sunday tutorial, I'm going to be showing you this look inspired by Vanessa Hudgens. I call this look all pink everything. She had such beautiful makeup in this picture. It was all of these beautiful rose blush tones on her eyes, on her cheeks, and on her lips. So that is what I'm showing you guys today, so keep watching. So I've gone ahead and done my base. So the reason I really wanted to do this look today is because I noticed all of these brands were coming out with eyeshadow palettes that were blush tones, these beautiful mauvey tones. So I really felt like it was kind of a trend with all the brands recently. So the one that I'm going to use today is this gorgeous palette from Huda Beauty. This is so beautiful. It has all of these pinky rose blush tones and I'm super excited to try this out for the first time. This is the nude palette from Huda Beauty. I've been using a lot of their products lately. I mentioned that to you guys. I don't know why, but I love it. And I love this image that comes with the palette. This is so beautiful. I've already applied an eyeshadow base and we're just gonna play around. So I'm just gonna jump in and try out all the different shadows, as many as I can try. I'm gonna start with this color here, Bear. And I'm just applying this as a wash all over my lid. Just a really pretty base color. Depending on your skin tone, you might want to go with one of the darker shades in the palette as your base. And I like to bring this all the way up to my brow. So it's like almost our brow bone color as well. So if we don't apply a color on the brow bone, then it doesn't matter because we have that nice wash, which will make all the shadows blend beautifully together. Next, I'm taking the shade Play. I love that these are colors that I don't normally use, which is nice. I usually don't use pinks or mauves, but it's always fun to switch it up. These shades are just so pretty. Like this color is so different and unique because it's kind of like a really pale peach. So I'm just applying this in my crease. I want to get this color all over, past my crease, up to my brows, past my brows. This is going to be just like our first base color for our crease area, and it's a super light color, so don't be afraid to kind of blend it out. I'm dipping my brush into these two shades, Tickle and Teddy, and now I'm going in with a smaller blending brush because I'm gonna get this color in a little bit more of a concentrated area. So I want to focus just mainly that outer corner in my crease, a little bit along the lash line on my outer corner lash line. Just kind of build that color and work it about halfway in. I like using a smaller brush to do this so the shadow doesn't go everywhere. And these two colors together, you're getting a little bit of that pink, but then you're getting a little bit of that blush. So it's not like a pink overload. We still want this to be super wearable and pretty, but instead of doing the usual bronzy or grays or browns or neutrals, this is going to give us a little bit of color to play with. I'm going to take that color Teddy one more time and just sweep it on my lower lash line. This isn't like a smoky eye or anything like that, so this doesn't need to be thick. We want just a little bit of color down there just to define the shape of your eye. Switching brushes again to something a little bit smaller and a bit more flat. I'm going to dip my brush into these three colors, Spanked, Raw, and Tease. I'm just popping this on the outer corner of my eye, but more on the lid rather than the crease. Just kind of gently applying that. Really just keeping that just on the outer corner and then going back with that small blending brush that we used earlier, just blending out the edge. So basically where that eyeshadow stops, just blending it out so it just really softens and kind of blends in. For the lower lash line, I'm taking the color Tease. And I'm going with one of my favorite brushes. I've been talking about this brush a lot lately. It is kind of this square shape flat head brush. And I'm applying this color just right at the base of my lashes. So kind of as if it's a liner. And it's okay if this gets blended a little bit. So don't worry about it spreading down. You can get it in your waterline too if you want. Just want a little bit of shadow in that darker tone just at the base of our lashes. I'm going to do the same thing with the color Raw, but this time just applying that shadow along our top lash line. For those asking, this brush is from NARS. I'll link it for you guys with all of the other products that I use in this look in the description box below. I want to switch up the tones a little bit because I don't want this to all just be pink and mauve. So I'm going to add a bit of brown eyeliner in my waterline. This one is from Urban Decay. It is the 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the color Roach. This is a really beautiful kind of bronzy brown. I'm taking this all the way into my inner corner and really smudging that into my waterline, and also kind of smudging it into my lashes. You just want to make sure that right at your lash line, it looks really nice and brown. And this shade will blend in beautifully with all the other tones that we have in the shadows. And then you want to also tightline your top waterline. So basically take that pencil and rub it into your top waterline so you get a little bit of that dark brown depth as well right at the top lash line. Guys, I just tested out the foil shadows from the palette and I'm so sad that I didn't do it on camera. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna test this because it went on so beautifully and I literally barely even touched it. So I'm using this color here. This is called Daydream, and all I did was just dip my finger. I just barely touched my finger into the shadow and it picked up a lot of pigment, and I'm just using this right in the inner corner of my eye, about halfway in. This is gonna give the eyes just a little bit of glimmer. This is not like, glitter or anything like that. This is just enough to give your eyes a little bit of sparkle, and it just goes on so easy. That's all you need to do. And for the inner corner, I'm gonna go with the same texture, but in the lighter shade. This is called Crave. Just kind of pop that just right in there. These shadows are like creamy and buttery. I'm very impressed, to be honest, because this type of texture for a shadow is not easy to get right. A lot of times it could have a ton of fallout and they could be big and chunky. So super impressed with how those go on. And then just with a clean brush, I'm just gonna kind of go in, make sure that I clean up any of those edges. And let's move on to lashes. For lashes today, I am using the Allure times Ann Lee So Fancy lashes. These lashes are the perfect lashes for this look, and actually Anne is one of my good friends here in LA, so I'm so excited to be using her lashes because they have such a beautiful pretty shape to them and they're just the right amount of thickness for this eyeshadow look. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to add a little bit of mascara to the lower lashes. This mascara from Shiseido is one of my favorite to apply mascara for the lower lashes because it just gives your lashes a ton of length. Since concealer is already done, I don't really need to do much, but what I like to do is just take my beauty blender and just kind of sweep it underneath my eyes just to make sure that eye area is super clean and there's no fallout at all. For contour, I'm using one of my current favorite palettes for contouring. This is from Dior. This is the Dior Backstage Contour Palette. It has the 2 shades for contouring, the 2 shades for highlighting, and I love that you can kind of mix up the different shades to suit your skin tone. I like to mainly use the lighter contouring shade, but I'll also use a little bit of the darker color, just kind of to hollow out my cheekbones a little bit. So I kind of go back and forth between both. This contour brush is perfect for this. You can just get right in the hollows of your cheekbone and just really carve them out. So I'm going to do one side just to show you guys what I mean and so you can really see the difference. And I like to take this color up along my temples, and if you want to carve out your jawline, why not? Definition on the jawline to make you look, more sucked in. I guess that's one way of putting it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys both sides. My face has like a lot of definition, but it's really light. It's really natural. It doesn't necessarily look like I have contour. And then this side is pretty much flat. There's nothing going on. So this is why I love doing a little bit of a natural contour like this with a powder. I find sometimes powder can be a little bit easier to use. This palette especially because the colors are easy to work with. They're warmer, so you're not gonna get that weird like gray undertone on your skin. For the cheeks, I'm using a combination of 2 products. This beautiful blush from Bare Minerals. This is called Pink Me Up. And it's going to give us that really pretty soft, subtle pink tone on our cheeks to go beautifully with this kind of rose vibe that's all over. And then on top of that, I'm playing with these highlighters from Dior. This palette is everything. It's so pretty. These highlighters are gorgeous. I'm going to use a mix of the pink on my cheeks and then maybe just a little bit of the white or the gold just to highlight in certain areas. if you want to kind of go for the overall vibe that we're doing, which is this rosy blush look all over, that I would say try to go for a rose blush as well. It'll match a lot more than using a peach blush or a darker burgundy blush. This color goes perfect for this look. And then going in with that pink highlighter to highlight. A lot of you guys were asking about this brush in my last video. This is just like a random no-name brush that I got. I love using brushes like this for highlighter. They're kind of just a big eyeshadow blending brush, but a really large one. Super fluffy, just applies highlighter perfectly. This shimmery pink shade is going to look so pretty on. You could definitely mix this with a gold or a more pale tone highlighter if you want, or you can kind of stick with this overall rose vibe all over. It's totally up to you. So for this lip look, I want to get as close to Vanessa's lip color as possible. So I'm going to start off by just taking my Beauty Blender and just sweeping that over my lips a little bit to get rid of any of the color that I naturally have. A couple of products that I'm using actually for this lip look are some of my favorite products, so I'm going to call them out. The first one is this lip liner from Laura Mercier. This is a must-have color for your makeup kit. It's like that perfect pinky nude lip liner. So if you're going for more of a pink tone lip on the nude side, this is the one that you want to use. This color is called Naked, which is perfect. I find that I use this color so often. It just works with so many different lip tones. So I'm just using this to line my entire lip, and I'm just gonna very gently fill in, but not really, just mainly around the edges. You can see this color is very close to my natural lip color. So if you want to do like a very natural lip but still have it look very defined, this is the perfect lip liner to do that. Next, I'm using this lip product from Buxom. I've been using these Pillow Pout creamy plumping lip powders a lot. They're just so different and unique. They have kind of this powdery finish to them. I love the tip. You can kind of just pat it on, and I really don't want a ton of color. You guys could see it's very close to my natural lip color, but it's just gonna give us a little something, and it's the perfect color for this look. And I'm just applying a tiny bit and then kind of blending my lips together so it all blends in without having to add too much product. Super soft, super pretty, love this. The shade is called Cozy Up. And then on top of that, I'm using one of my favorite products. It is actually, there's two, but you don't need two. I'm gonna use two. You only need one. It is these lip glosses from Laura Mercier. These are probably some of my favorite lip glosses. They just make great lip glosses. And these are two colors that I love. The first one is Bare Baby, which is this kind of pinky tone, and the second one is Bare Naked. These are two staple colors to have in your makeup kit. I love Bare Baby for this look because it has this kind of pinky vibe to it. And Vanessa's lip is glossy, so we are going to add a little bit of gloss, even though the matte looked beautiful. So you can leave a matte if you want. And then I'm going to take Bare Naked and add a tiny bit of that just right in the center of my lip. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is the final look for the Vanessa Hudgens inspired all pink everything makeup. I hope you guys love how it turned out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel, if you love makeup, beauty, and so many other things that are coming soon that I'm so excited to share with you guys. Also, my Instagram is at Eman. You guys can follow me there as well because I post there every single day. And there's also little mini tutorials on my Instagram as well that you don't get to see on YouTube. So thank you again, and I will see you guys next Sunday for a brand new tutorial.